Good morning, it's 7 in the AM and it's my day off work. So normally I work in finance in the NHS, but I've gone part-time now. So I thought I'd bring you along on one of my random days off, so you can see what I do really. But normally I'd go out on a bike ride. There is literal ice on the window, so that's not happening today. I've not been able to get out on my bike for 2 weeks now, so I am getting actually a little bit down about it. But anyway, I've literally just woke up, so I've got a bit of a croaky voice, I've got messy hair. I've got to put all this away first, this recycling, take the dog on a walk, then I've got a meeting about an International Women's Day thing. Then I'm doing a turbo session because I would normally go out on my bike but I can't, so I'm going to do an indoor training session on Rouvy. Then I have some videos to edit and potentially some more of this big ride that I'm doing if I have time, plan some of that. Tidy the house a bit, and then I'm going to go and meet Laura. Here's Kyle. Can't please, hang on. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh yeah? Do you want me to, Kyle, I said, do you want anything?
No, it's so good. It's water.
I could have bought you some up there. Basically, Kyle's got the flu, and I'm stressed because obviously I feel really bad for Kyle. Like, it's horrible, he's not very well at all. But also, we've not been able to ride outside for like 2 weeks now because of the ice. And the temperature's meant to go up next week, so we'll be able to ride outside again. And I know if we just my luck, I'll blooming get it, and then I won't be able to ride. But anyway, can't think like that. It's got to be positive. What have you done then? We're going to go on a walk. Literally, it's so cold out there. I've got these on. These are what I use when it's really cold outside cycling, because your fingers, like, there's 2 fingers in this one, 2 fingers in this one, thumb. Keeps you really warm. Chester's ready, aren't you? It's like -3 out there, so I'm hoping I'm not going to slip over. Got a podcast on, always listen to a podcast on my morning dog walk, and we'll go out for like 45 minutes to an hour, so let's go. Definitely too icy to ride outdoors, even on gravel. I mean, it's icy on here, so definitely made the right decision. We're staying on the indoor bike today. Although it's not as fun indoor, it still gets the job done of getting miles in my legs, but I literally am missing outdoors so much, but that's beautiful. I just love getting out on a walk in the morning because as soon as I wake up, I know I talk a lot, but that's because a lot goes on in my head. Literally my thoughts are on. As soon as that alarm goes off, my head's thinking, what am I doing today, what am I doing tomorrow? And every morning I go on a walk with Chester, unless I'm getting up and training straight away on the bike. Every morning before work or on my days off work, we get out on a walk, and it just so nice to walk along in silence. Sometimes listen to a podcast, sometimes listen to nothing. At the minute, nothing, because my headphones have died, and it just clears my mind. And I was actually thinking, I'm doing a zone 2 ride today. I know there's loads of, feels like zone 2 is like a hot topic, you know. I think, is it Pogacar? That, I don't know if it's Pogacar or Vingegaard that says about it the most, but zone 2 is really encouraged to help with endurance and getting faster over time. So, and I've not had a coach for the last month and a half. I've just been doing my own thing. I've just started with a new coach, Matt, who I know and is my friend's husband. I'm going to go and see him later actually. He hasn't put me a plan together yet, but when I started cycling I didn't have a coach, and all of my rides were zone 2. I didn't know it at the time because I didn't know what zone 2 was. Zone 2 is basically where you're riding at an easy pace, and scientifically you're not producing, like you're producing lactate, but you're producing it at a rate where you're getting rid of it faster than you're producing it, so you're not tiring your muscles out too much. But for me, like when I started, I just used to always do zone 2 because I just used to go and do slow rides basically, and I went from started off 12 miles an hour. I used to be really happy if I got 13 miles an hour. I think I was going really fast, and now it's like 17, 18 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour if I'm doing a long hilly day. And that literally was just from going out and riding as much as I could, nice and easy pace. Up the hills I push a bit, so maybe that was a bit of interval. So yeah, I really do think zone 2 is really good. I do intervals as well, but I always do them indoor because I just find it too dangerous outside. And that's definitely helped my speed too. But I'm popping in to see Matt later, so we'll get his opinion on zone 2 because he's more of an expert than me. We're nearly back now. I'm blooming heck and burning up here. They've got too many layers on. I mean, the headphones which are doing nothing because they've run out are acting as ear warmers, which has been great for most of the walk, but not now. I'm burning up a sweat here. An hour until I've got a meeting, so I'm going to do an hour of editing for a YouTube video from when I went to have a trainer fit, have some porridge, which I'm hoping I haven't overdone. Oh, jeez. I've overdone it. It's gone a bit gloopy, but I'll let it evaporate and it'll be okay. I'm gonna add some peanut butter in. This, if you've not had this, honestly, Tesco, 100% peanuts, it's great. Also this one's a lot more expensive, that's the almond butter. That's tiny and it's like £4.50, but it was on the special buys for £2, so. This one is £4.50, but you get a big massive thing of it and it lasts for ages, unless you're a peanut butter addict, like I am. It doesn't last very long, but, you know, I'm trying to wean myself off, but it's just too addictive. Do I need to put a face mask on to come into you? Oh, jeez. I'm gonna get this and I'm not gonna be able to ride next week, I just know it. I'm gonna hold my breath. Kyle, I'm coming in. There you go. Enjoy that. No, I don't find it funny, I can't breathe. I don't find it funny at all because I'm worried. I don't like it when you're poorly. It also means that your side of the bed gets very messy as well.
The only reason you don't like me being poorly is because you're worried that you'll get it.
I don't like being poorly because it's not very nice for you. And I am worried I'm going to get it too. There's two factors. Right, anyway, I've got work to do. Bye. Right, I've had my meetings and it's turbo time. Basically, I'm going to do about 2 hours today. Zone 2, which I know for me is anything 200 watts or below, because I did some testing last year, a lactate threshold test. I don't have a coach at the minute. I will do from next week. I'm going to see him today, actually. I don't think you need a coach to cycle. You definitely don't need a coach to cycle, but I've got some endurance aims that I want to do. I don't want to be a pro. I'm not a pro in any way. But I just want to get a little bit faster over the long distance and just also feel confident that I can do the challenges that I'm setting myself. And I like having structure. I tend to do sometimes a bit too much. So sometimes I think having a coach kind of reins me in a bit, make sure I'm not burning myself out. Although I have told him that I want to do long rides at the weekend because that's what makes me happy. There's literally ice on the window. That's how cold it is in here. It's actually freezing. So I'm starting off with a hoodie. We do have a fan, hallelujah, New Year's purchase. But I'm not gonna start with it on because I'm literally like an ice popsicle. I feel like a walking, whatever's cold, really, really cold, an iceberg. This room, I apologise for the mess. It's our spare room. We are building a garage into the gym at some point this year. I've been saying it since last summer. Anyway, I've not chosen what I want to do today. I know I want to do about 2 hours-ish. So let's have a look. Routes. Oh, Julie Elliott's favourite routes. Oh, that looks good. 2 hours. Oh, it's quite hilly. I can still do zone 2 in the hills. Just have to use my little ring a bit. Oh, let's go for that then. Italy. I like Italy. And it's 50 kilometres. Blooming heck, it's hilly. 1,700 metres. 2 hours, 20 minutes. So a bit over what I want to do. And it might take me longer because I'm going to be going zone 2 slower. But I'll go for it. I've committed now. I'm not going to film all of this because you don't want to see me riding for 2 hours, so I'll just film a little bit and we'll see how we get on. I've got to try and stay below 200 watts. So sometimes I want to go faster, that's my problem. I'm not very good at sticking, but nice and easy today. Zone 2 mind, zone 2 legs, zone 2 loinies. I've got my bright socks on. Don't know why. I have listened to people's comments because when I did when I did a ride before, people told me that I could ruin the headset of my bike if I don't have a towel over. So I've now got a towel over this. So hopefully that's gonna prevent anything. I always like to record on my watch too because I do have a heart rate monitor, but I've left it downstairs. And to be honest, right now, I can't be bothered to go down there and get it. So I'm just gonna record my heart rate using my watch because I like to know what that is as well. So double recording. Off we go, come on. I'm gonna try and start quite easy, like a warm up. So maybe like 100 watts, around 100 watts for the first little bit. Although I've already gone above that, I'm on 140. I can't go slow, here we are. Little ringgit to warm up. I need to warm up, it's freezing. And then I'll just maybe go at like 170 watts, 180, 90. To keep it at zone 2. Let's be honest, every cyclist I know prefers cycling outside. I've not met a cyclist that says I prefer indoor. But I think for me there's 3 really good things about the turbo. One is when it's unsafe to ride outside, when it's icy. You know, it's not as fun on the turbo, but you can get the miles in. So you're doing what you need to do for your body. I'm off here. I'm going up a hill to start with. Gee whiz. The other good thing for me is doing interval training. Like, I do 1 or 2 interval sessions a week, and I've tried doing interval sessions outside. It just doesn't work. Like, you get junctions, you have to stop. It's not very safe with cars if you're trying to go as fast as you can. It's hard to find a road where it's safe to do that. I suppose if you had like a really long climb, you could do that. I'm getting out of breath already, yeah. And the last thing with Rouvy for me is that you can, because it's like real life, you can try routes out. So for example, if you're thinking of going and doing a certain mountain climb or something in real life, you can have a go before you go and see what you're setting yourself in for, which is what I'm going to be doing when I'm training for whatever I'm doing later this year, which I will let you know about next week. I just want to make sure it's all finalised and I know exactly what I'm doing before I let everybody know. The fan's on now and the hoodie's off. I'm hot. Right, I've done 26.4 kilometres, so I'm over halfway. I'm trying to stick to zone 2, but I keep going over 200 watts, so I've got to slow down. Slow down. But I feel like I'm keeping it easy, so I'm not going to be too strict with it. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do the whole route because I only planned 2 hours today and I'm going a bit slower, so yeah. I'll see how I feel when I get to 2 hours. But I don't want to be too long, so I've got stuff to do, you see. Stuff to be getting on with. Well, while I've been sat here, I realised I didn't reply to an email, so I've just done that. Okay, I've been going for 2 hours, 12 minutes. I've only got 8.8 kilometres to go and it's all downhill now, so I've done a bit longer than I wanted to, but I'm going to try and finish it if I can. I've only got really 10 minutes left, otherwise I'm going to be late to meet my friend and go to the bike shop. So I'm just going to go for 10 minutes downhill, nice and easy. It's quite good to get the lactate out if I've got any in there. I think I have. And then I'll be ding dang done. Normally if I was outside I'd be shouting yippee now going down a hill, but it doesn't quite feel the same when you're indoor. Oh, we are doing a Rouvy club ride actually on the 20th of January. It's Blue Monday, which basically is something that a holiday company made up to get people to buy more holidays. Blue Monday is apparently the saddest day of the year because you've gone back to work, Christmas is over, money might be tight. January can be a bit of a hard month. I don't really like January very much, but I try to plan stuff for my year to cheer myself up. So yeah, Monday the 20th, it'll be 6 PM or 6:30. I'm not sure what time yet, but it'll be on the Rouvy app. And if you want to join, if you've not got Rouvy, you can join for free if you use the code AMY, in capitals, AMY. You can have 4 weeks for free. I am in partnership with Rouvy, so that's a little ad, just to be totally honest. But Rouvy have been so supportive of this challenge that I'm doing this year. They're actually sponsoring it, so I'm really grateful to them. Because without brands like that, I wouldn't be able to do what I want to do. It is going to be to raise money for charity, of course, but you know, I've got to have the money to be able to do it. So yeah, without people like Rouvy and brands believing in me, I won't be able to do it. So I'm really grateful to them. Just been like riding along, thinking about Italy, wanting to go there now, and planning stuff that I need to do. I always find that when I'm on the bike, like I have ideas about things and plans and remind myself things I've forgot. But I've also just, like recently, I don't know why, it's really weird, but no, it's not weird, it's just me. Like I woke up this morning and I've got 30,000 subscribers on YouTube and I was like, what the actual hell? Like what the hell? Like, I honestly started this channel because, well, Kyle bought me a GoPro, a second-hand GoPro for Christmas a few years ago. And I was like, well, I've got to start it now because it'd be a bit rude not to. He spent money on it. But I thought if I can just get one person to get out, doesn't even have to be cycling, just find the thing that you enjoy, get out and be active. Because it's made such a difference to my life. Like, if I think back to where I was when I started the channel to where I am now, I am so much happier. And that's not because of YouTube and followers. That's because I've really like found my passion for cycling and even running as well. Like I'm loving the running at the minute too, but I'm definitely more of a cycling girl. I just love being out all day. And I've been really negative recently, thinking like I don't know, I just keep thinking like, why the hell am I even videoing this? Like no one cares. Like, and I just feel like I know a bit of a fraud. And then I'm like, Amy, just stop being silly, just put your videos out like you normally do and don't overthink it, because that's what I always do. But yeah, I start thinking negatively sometimes, and you know, when I wake up in the morning, like I had this idea just to video a bit of my day, just so you can see what I normally do on a Friday, or every Friday is different, to be honest. It's my day off. It's just doing what I need to do. But I wanted to show that I'm not always just out cycling, because sometimes I think it can look like that, like all I do is go out cycling and running. I know now I'm on the bike, so I'm kind of contradicting myself, and I am going to see my friend at a cafe, which is fun. But I do the normal things as well, like washing the pots and cleaning the house, and I have a lot of emails to reply to and videos to edit, and I'm just a normal person. Like, I'm not different to any of you watching this. I'm just a random girl that started a channel, and I'm not a very big channel compared to lots of other people, but I don't care about that. It just makes me really happy when I think I can make someone smile. Or I know my family's pretty mental, we're always chaotic, and yeah, my dad is just a pure character, we're all a bit silly. But if I can make someone smile or let someone know not to give up, because I was at a point where I wanted to give up at one point, I didn't want to be here. And if I had given up, like, I wouldn't have done everything I've done, like all the experiences I've had this year, which I'm so grateful for. And yeah, so just do what makes you happy and don't give up. That's literally what I do this for, to try and make people challenge themselves and go for stuff. And because we've only got one life, and I know that's really cliche, but we can't get a day back. Like, I'll never get a day back. So I could either sit all afternoon, like in my office, replying to every single email and making sure it's completely perfect, or I can go and meet my friend for an hour, have a break, and come back and do a bit later. So that's what I'm going to do, because time with friends and family is so, so important. And yeah, just being happy and not putting pressure on yourself. Although at the minute I do have to put a bit of pressure on myself, because I've got quite a lot to do. Keep pedalling to another ride, another route. No thank you, Rouvy. I've done my time, I'm not doing any more. Thanks very much, mate. That did feel like zone 2, because I don't feel like I'm Nicky Nacky Noonard, like I normally do when I go out all day. So let's see how I did. I've done 45% in zone 2, 23% in zone 1, so that's 67% in zone 1 and zone 2. I did push a bit up some of the hills, but I'll forgive myself for that. Right, I've not got time for yapping on now, I need to go, because stop screen recording on the Mac. So even things like that, I don't know how to screen record. I had to Google that. I'm not, you know, I did a degree in mental health nursing. I'm not a content creator, but somehow it's happened. T-minus 45 minutes to stretch, shower, lunch, bike shop Laura. What the hell? I'm locked in. What on earth is going on? Kyle? Shut. I'm locked in. Oh, thanks. Are you alright? Pardon?
No, but I know I got trapped in there the other day, so...
Did ya?
I know. Daddy's poorly, isn't he? Yes, he is. You're going to stay and look after Daddy today? You're going to cook him a pie? Yeah?
I've just eaten a very heavily laid almond butter pitta. And now this is really weird, but I love mushrooms so much, so I've got a bowl of mushrooms. It's hitting the spot right now. Honestly, I found these in packets in the bin. I found in Tesco organic mushrooms yesterday, special offer because they're going out of date. I thought, doesn't take me more than 1 day to eat a pack of mushrooms, mate, so get with them. But I knew they wouldn't last, so I bought another pack as well, which I've already opened. So basically within the space of less than 24 hours I've eaten a whole pack of mushrooms and I'm on to my second. I mean, I've got a problem. What else have we got in here? Well, yeah, I'm just going to stick with this for now because I'm going to a cafe in a minute. I didn't calculate the defrost time of the car, so I'm now going to be late. Car's defrosting. But I'm just sat here eating an apple, quite enjoying my life, to be honest. Right, I'm at the bike shop, Vela Bavarian, my favourite place, as I always say. I'm just literally popping in quickly because I'm going to be late for Laura, so I thought I'd come and see Matt, who is officially now my coach.
Oh, exciting announcement.
Yes, it is an exciting announcement. I'm very, very grateful that Vela Bavarian, Luke, the main man, basically said that as a sponsorship, they'll provide Matt for me. To every beck and call. Basically just to plan me a route, not a route, plan me a plan to get me round a big route that I'm doing in July, which I've not announced yet. But anyway,
top
Matt,
secret routes.
Yeah, how are you feeling about being my coach?
Yeah, excited, looking forward to getting started. Done a bit of preparation work, so
have you?
yeah.
Well, geez, have you been analysing me?
Yeah, I've been through some of your data, some of your figures, and obviously trying to set out a framework. So obviously knowing Amy's bigger plan, what I like to do is have a framework in place to maximise Amy's time that she has available and prepare her for her goals later on in the year.
When you looked at my data and stuff, did you have any initial thoughts?
Lots of thoughts, which we're probably going to have to
Anything
sit down and
I feel like
and
maybe
go
you're
through.
thinking I do too much. That's why I've told.
So obviously everything like will fit within this framework, and obviously you have a lot of commitments, a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
So it's making sure that what we plan fits in with your lifestyle, because realistically most people, unless they're pros and doing it for a job, they won't be able to do things in exactly the order or the exact same things week in, week out, because life gets in the way. So it's making sure that we hit some key targets in the short, medium and then longer term to get you from where you are now, which is obviously a great starting place, but where we want you to be for your challenges later on.
Today I did a zone 2 ride. I actually managed to stick to it. I can't remember the figures now, but I spent like 20% in zone 1 and like 50% in zone 2, and then I went a little bit over into zone 2
so your
because it was a bit
power was
hard.
174 watts,
Something like that, yeah.
which is towards the top end of your zone 2. So I've had a look at your data for like sort of the last 12 months or so, to analyse what your 20-minute power numbers are, what your 60-minute power numbers are, and although you haven't done a specific 20 or 60-minute test within that period, there's enough data in there for me to sort of like extrapolate, look at your heart rate data, and then sort of estimate at the moment where your zones are compared to what the figures said in your training peaks, and then it gives me an idea of where your zones are at the moment.
Right, so I did quite well to stick with it, because I do find it hard to just stay at the same power, and especially with hills and stuff. But anyway,
zone 2 feels like a really hot topic all the time in cycling. Everyone goes on about zone 2. I need some more zone 2 in my mental mind, to be honest, to try and slow down. But
what is the benefits of zone 2 in your opinion?
Okay, so putting the camera on me asking about zone 2 on the internet is like opening a massive can of worms, because like you say, it's a very hotly kind of debated topic. It's probably important to acknowledge that there are different zone models. So to the bottom end there's probably like a 3 zone model, right the way up to 7 and 8 zone models, that's basically the differentiation between where easy, medium, hard, very hard riding sits. So it depends what model you're looking at, and so it's important to acknowledge that. But most models will think that the aerobic zone is around 60 to 75% of your FTP, and maybe more like 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. The other thing for me it's important to acknowledge that as a coach is everyone is individual. So you've probably heard of lactate testing, which is physiological testing, which will set your boundaries sort of like more in stone with the chemical reaction of how your lactate changes at different effort levels.
I actually had that done. I can send you that if you want.
Super helpful.
Probably helpful for you.
Yeah, it's helpful. So again, that's another topic to go into, which is probably a little bit too complicated for this conversation. But so zone 2 would be, if we're talking of your functional threshold power, 60 to 75% of that FTP number.
Okay, and what's the benefit of doing zone 2? Because in my head it's like you're just going steady and that's building up your endurance base. That's my understanding of it.
I've got quite a large background in Ironman racing, which is kind of a long endurance event on a single day scale, not multi-day like we're talking about now. But an Ironman athlete does a lot of his training below what they're actually going to race at. So you think if I'm racing, like surely I should be at least going at race pace, because it's not like kind of flat out hour effort still. But there's so many benefits to training at zone 2, and so it's important that we kind of set that as a foundation. If you think about training zones as a pyramid, you've got zone 2 at the bottom, and then as we go up, sort of, would say zone 6 at the top. So in order to set a big base and a big foundation, we want to really focus on your aerobic base. And most cycling, probably track sprinters aside, there's a big aerobic element of all cycling. So even if you're Mark Cavendish, who is, we know, as a road sprinter, he still has got a lot of aerobic work to do before he can release his anaerobic sprint engine. So he's still very focused on aerobic training as much as he is his sprint training.
Yeah, perfect. Because as you know, Matt, I'm actually training to be a coach.
So get ready for that, guys. It's going to take me a while, but I've actually just started on this section. It was saying that when you are starting to train for something, you do have like the pros have like an off season, so then you do a lot of zone 2, and that kind of builds you up to be ready to then go into the proper training. So that's kind of what I'm doing at the minute. I've not been following a plan for the last 2 months really, just been doing steady rides. So I'm ready to, you know,
Initiate fire zone.
So again, zone 2 can be quite nuanced as well, because what you'll often find is different from a pro athlete who's probably doing a minimum of 20 hours a week on the bike to somebody that's maybe time crunched and maybe only doing, like I'm doing 5 hours on the bike at the moment because of how busy my life is. So your training intensity distribution will be very different if you're doing 5 hours a week compared to if you're doing 20. But it's still important that the main focus, the main majority of your time should be focused on the aerobic, zone, but it's how you manipulate your time available. So the pros will do a lot of work in zone 1, zone 2. They're just out riding really easy, because if you're doing, let's say, 15 to 18 hours of really easy work, you're still getting the aerobic benefits from that. If you're only doing 5 hours a week, you might need to be a little, you know, use your time a little bit differently to get, you know, the aerobic benefits that you need for that base.
And am I right that aerobic, you're using fat as the main fuel source and anaerobic carbohydrate?
Yes. Yeah.
In a basic sense.
So yeah, basically, the harder you go, the different fuel system you will use. So a very sort of like, if you talk, so fat burning, sort of like kind of like zone 1, low zone 2. And again, you can become more fat adapted. It is something you can train. A lot of athletes now are trying to consume more carbohydrate so they can kind of push harder for longer. Fuel intake is it's not just based over duration but also intensity. So if you would traditionally go out for a winter ride and you'll say, you know, you're going to aim to take on, again, it can be body weight related as well, how much you consume, but let's just say for myself, if I'm going to try to aim to have 60 grams of carbs per hour for like a steady endurance ride in winter, you'd obviously take more if you're going to be riding harder, and you can consume less if you're going to be training easier. But yeah, it's fuel efficiency is another topic.
I feel like I've got so much to learn, and I feel like I could go on for literally hours. So we'll definitely have to do another video when I meet you to go through my plan and that sort of thing. Because literally I will be here all day asking questions to find it.
Yeah, it's super interesting. Like genuinely, I love the journey of every individual, and I think one of the benefits of having individual coaching is, like I always say to people, there's only so many zones, but every individual comes from a different starting place. They have different objectives, different goals, and that's the beauty of coaching, is being on that journey and like hopefully guiding somebody through and them enjoying the process, getting from where they are to where they want to be, whether that's somebody that wants to run a first marathon or somebody who wants to be, you know, a really competitive amateur, or somebody that's got really big abject goals out in the future, that they want to be confident that they're when they're trusting someone to get them to where they want to be.
You're the man, Matt, for us. So
hopefully it's going to go well, because I've got a big challenge this year, and next year me and Kyle are doing something even bigger, so Matt's going to be guiding us through that. So.
Any questions on zone 2, put them in the comments and I'll try and answer them. It's such a massive field that we could sit down and talk for half an hour, but I would say if you Google it, there's so much information out there, but most athletes should be focusing on riding, especially this time of year, doing most of their rides nice and easy, nice and complete. And data aside, if you can have a conversation with the person next to you, then you're in the right zone.
Perfect. So I could speak to the camera this morning, so I was definitely in the right zone. Thank you so much, Matt. We'll see a lot more of you on the YouTube, seeing as you're now going to be planning me what I need to do. And yeah, I'll try and stick to it. Every time here I have to open on a random page and read out. It's a cycling rule book, but someone's written here, break the rules. Was that you, Matt?
No, not me. That was predates me,
Right, oh, hang on. I've opened up on a paragraph. I need to open up on a... Rule 73. Gear and brake cables should be cut to optimum length. That means nothing to me. So, I mean, if they're not optimum length, are they working?
Everything's electronic. Well, not everything, sorry, but most of the things we sell now is electronic. So brake and gear cables are slowly.
I don't deal with them anymore. I've gone advanced. I started off though on a little Carrera, and she's still going. So I think it doesn't matter what bike you have, but
nothing wrong with brake cables.
Nothing wrong with cables, but they've got to be the right length. Where's this light from? I like that.
Luke in there. Luke, where's this from?
Charity shop.
Charity shop? Oh, bargain.
£4 or something.
Was it? I like that. Very ambient. Do you want to say hi to YouTube?
Hi YouTube. 30,000 of you.
Yeah. Do you do zone 2, Luke?
Yes. Yeah. A lot of it. Yeah. Similar concept to what Matt says. The fitter I am in zone 2, the better I can sprint.
Have you got any aims this year? You cycling?
Ride 6 hours a week is my target.
That's good. What about any racing?
Huh?
Racing?
Maybe, yeah. I will. Just want to be enjoying my ride my bike, but Rest on Sundays is my new aim.
Oh, that's good. That's a good idea.
There you go.
What's your ideal rest day?
It's hard.
Put you on the spot now.
Get up, go for a walk and a coffee and maybe a brunchy breakfast.
Ooh.
And then maybe like film, sofa, afternoon, maybe a beer.
Ooh,
I
lovely.
like a Sunday beer afternoon in the evening.
Nice. What's your brunch going to be?
Gluten-free pancakes, that sounds so good.
Yummy. Matt, what's your ideal rest day?
My ideal rest day.
Not talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Enclosed in a closet and shut the door.
Watching Paris Bay or something?
Yeah, probably like the ideal rest day would be like 90 minutes on the bike, nice and easy.
That's not rest.
Yeah, no, active recovery. Like at like.
Oh, great. I'm looking forward to my coaching plan. No rest for me.
Yeah, but then like you finish your ride and then you go and sit on the sofa and watch cycling for the afternoon. Yeah.
To be fair, that's mine as well. Cause I don't. To be totally honest, I really struggle like not doing any movement in the day.
And active recovery is good. It's all about balance. So obviously we were just talking before the camera came on about like life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all have admin and things to do and stuff. So it's important to keep the balance there and be able to function as an adult as well as somebody that likes to keep fit and healthy. So
got lots of cleaning to do.
Anyway, I'm going to go and meet Laura now. What time is it? Oh, I've got 8 minutes. I'm all right.
It's fine, yeah.
I can drive there in 8 minutes. Right, I'm going to the veg shop as well. I'm very excited to get some mushrooms.
Veg shop?
The veg shop.
Oh.
You know the one in Duffield? Oh, it's great. They do the best mushrooms ever in there.
Really?
Yeah, do you like mushrooms?
Love a mushroom.
I
Mushroom
do.
coffee.
Mushroom coffee?
It's another video.
Oh, jeez, I've never heard of
A
that.
whole day's worth of content in the shop, couldn't it? Just
Yeah, we
come and
could.
chat to
Should I just come in every day and just come and chat to you and distract you?
Right, they're probably thinking, Amy, can you get out of here now? Right, see you guys.
Nice to
Bye.
see you. See you soon.
Got Laura. Now, me and Laura were meant to be doing a night race tonight, but we're not anymore because it's too dangerous.
Like an icy tundra. It's
Yeah.
Torfalandine.
We did a risk
environment.
assessment. Basically, they sent us out an email saying the race is still on, it's superb riding conditions. Now I'm going to put a little screenshot down here of what the superb conditions were, because if you're telling me that's superb, I want to know what bad is, because I'm telling you one thing, they do this run called Dovedale Dash in the summer on a similar route, and if we did that tonight, it'd be Dovedale Splash into the river, because it looked pure ice, and it's going to be -5 later. So we just said to ourselves, it's not worth the risk, is it, Laura?
No, not at all. It looked way too skiddy. A bit of frost is okay, but
Yeah.
I think if you like, advanced, had a lot of experience with like
Which we've not.
them little micro grips or whatever
Yeah.
they were talking about, you'd probably be okay.
Yeah.
Or crampons.
Yeah, we
But
need crampons, we need pickaxe to get through that.
Not just, not for like a dabble in fell running.
No.
No.
But we are still going to run the route on a different day when it's less icy and probably not in the dark. But we thought, let's not miss out on each other. Let's go to a local cafe for a hot chockey.
Ooh, see if
And
that
the veg shop, Laura.
It's short.
The veg shop shut.
Is this one? Is this
Oh, you joking?
I know, I was like, no.
Why is it shut?
Yeah.
Let's go and have a look what it says.
Demand
It's my
to be
favourite
open.
place. Why is it shut?
Because we met up on a Friday before, didn't we? And it was open.
Hang on a minute. It says open till 4, but then it says here, look. Oh no, it's Christmas.
Oh no, to the 13th of Jan.
Oh, closed.
They've had a lovely long break
They've
then.
gone on holiday. Oh, I was dreaming
No
of the
posh
mushrooms.
No posh rooms.
Oh well. Oh well. Right, anyway, we're going to go get hot
Get a
chocolate
hot
now.
chocolate.
We're now talking to us had all been on the turbo this morning. This fella said, zone 2. I said, yes. Do you know about zone 2 then?
Oh, I know about that too. Yeah.
It's all everyone ever talks about.
Everyone talks about it's that lovely point between getting fit and staying fit.
Yes.
I think that's a good answer to put it.
Do you go on the bike and done that?
I have done previously before I was a dad. I did definitely.
But now you've got a
miss
cafe
it.
to
I
run.
definitely miss it.
You've
I
got an
miss it,
excuse, you've
but-
got this place to run,
Yeah,
so
it's very
and
true.
making lovely hot chocolate
Yeah.
for us. So thank you. Hot chocolate, buttons. What's that, Laura?
Hazelnut pan of chocolate or something.
Ooh,
Doesn't it look tasty?
oh, it's lovely.
Look at that.
You've ruined your heart a bit, but
Yeah,
it's
I
fine.
did.
Don't worry about
I
that.
couldn't wait. It's a leaf now.
It's lovely.
We've arranged that we're potentially going to be going to Scotland in May, so Scotland, watch out! Here we come, my wee lassie.
Okay.
I want to see the bagpipes. Anyway, I'm down there. Right, bye, Laura.
Oh wait, do you want me to help you come out?
No, I'll be all right. I think I was
Bye,
gonna ask you to help me park, but yeah, love you lots. Right, I'm going to cut the camera. I want to say bye nicely. Now heading to my mum and dad's. According to Google Maps, it's going to take me 55 minutes because of traffic, so looking forward to that. I feel so bad that Kyle's not coming, but basically we're going around for a family curry night and staying over because my sister goes home to America tomorrow. Well, not home, but she's there on a scholarship. But because Kyle's ill, he's not coming, and he said go and see her and go and enjoy it, but I do feel a bit guilty. And actually, for once, it's not chaotic because everyone is upstairs apart from my mother, and she's the least chaotic one in this household. But these little babies aren't chaotic, are you? Here's Willow. Willow's by the fire.
Bertie.
Bertie's, we're training Bertie, aren't we? Hello. I've not brought Chester with me, so you'd be happy about that. I'm not a fan of him. And this little evil devil is Tinkerbell. Ooh, jeez. It's evil, and she's displaying it because you're naughty. Now sit. Good boy, and don't. Not the most best flowers, but I think they'll bloom into something pretty. It's a thought that counts.
Tulips.
Yeah, you like tulips, don't you?
Yeah, they're very nice. Oh, thank you. Oh.
I also bought a pack of cream eggs for you all
I think, ooh.
because I thought Molly's going back to America and they don't do
Yeah,
cream
she
eggs
wanted. We saw some cream eggs today, and she said she will take some back from
Oh, really?
friends. Yeah, to show them what they are.
Molly can have the box then, or Dad can have one, and you can have one, and there'll be 3 left. Right, should we go and see the rats, and then we'll say goodbye.
Dad in the bath.
I'm not going to go and see Dad in the bath. I've got about 2 hours of work to do, Mum.
That's right. We've got to catch up on a film we've been watching. The series.
Oh, I can work while you're doing that then.
Night Sleeper. I've got 2 last episodes to watch. Molly's got to watch them tonight.
I'll do a bit of work while you're doing that then, because I've got to do some coaching work and stuff. So I'll have a cuddle with Willow. I've got to do some work because I've not got anything done that I wanted to get done today. I've got loads of cleaning. It really makes me calm watching that.
That's very kinky.
It's nice, yeah. I've got you a present.
What?
But it's not just for you. Oh, jeez. Here's the chaos. We've just seen how calm it is down here.
Oh.
It's not just for you, it's for Dad and Mum as well.
Oh, thanks, I need all those. I haven't had these in ages.
And I thought you might want them because you're only going back to America. Just the curry marinade.
It's very nice, thanks. Yeah, it's raw chicken.
Anyway, I'm going to go and see the rats and then I'm going to sign out of this bad boy because I need to do some work. These are your pets, aren't they?
Yes.
Why? Can I just ask? Look at it. It's rabid.
They're all quite awake actually.
What are they called? Again, I keep forgetting.
Stormzy, Stanley, Spudnik and Serge.
Serge off Beverly Hills Cops.
Yeah.
Plumbing heck.
Stanley off like Laurel and Hardy, Stanley, Dad chose that. Stormzy, obviously Stormzy, rapper, and Spudnik in, because it's a space thing.
Oh. Will it bite me?
Probably don't do it to that one.
That one's the one that bites.
No, it doesn't bite, they don't, but none of them bite, but if you put your finger in, sometimes they nibble it, but it doesn't
Oh,
hurt.
no. My dad's in there causing chaos making a curry, so I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to enjoy the evening with my family. Not as much chaos as usual today, actually. It's pretty chilled, isn't it? Actually, I think they're arguing in there about the curry. Dad's getting Mum to help out.
No, you concentrate on what you're doing.
You concentrate on what you're doing, Mum said. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, I will be back on the bike next week because the weather's warming up, so outdoor, here we come. Thank you so much. TT to the FN. Ta-ta for now. Goodbye. Bye, Willow. Bye, Bethan.
Bye.
Bethan's used to Duco. This is old lady number 1 and old lady number 2. Goodbye.
Hey, babe.